Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison Cruz, and I'd like to welcome you to Exploration Day 2 of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Previously on the game, we crash-landed on a mysterious planet known as PNF 404 in desperate search for a new supply of food to bring back to our home planet. But as a result, we've all been separated, and luckily for us, we were able to track down Brittany's signal. Currently, that's our highest priority. Yes, even above finding food. But Alpha is also concerned that we might not be able to find the cosmic drive key, which is needed to get back to our planet in the first place. As you guys recall, we're 279,000 light years away from home. So yeah, it would not be very fun to not be able to make it back. But we've discovered the Garden of Hope, and that's where we're going to be heading to next. Even though you could return to the tropical wilds, it'd be more or less a waste of a day, but it's certainly something that you could do if you really want to. But let's go rescue Brittany. It's so triumphant, man. I love it. All right, well, something is flashing on his map, therefore it must be Brittany. However, we're also running out of sustenance, so maybe we should also try to find some fruit on our way there. How does that sound? So, luckily for us, the onion happened to follow us down to the surface, but where are the Pikmin? Well, we're about ready to find out. Head directly underneath and you'll be able to call up to 100 on the field at once. Right now we don't have nearly that many, but we will definitely be building our numbers on this first real expeditious day. So let's start with bringing everyone out, and how's it going, fellas? I guess I did get more than 12 of you. I wonder if that's even possible. All right. Yep, onion is indeed the Pikmin's nest. So that's how we take everything out, and oh, here we go. So this is kind of a cool little thing in case you're having trouble, but they really streamlined how to see your map in this version of the game. So it's very interesting on how they did it. So we look at Pikmin info, and we also have the Bulbapedia, which is really cool too. So I'm gonna start by grabbing some initial things. I'm gonna throw a couple on there to start breaking that down. That's a white Spectralid that we just killed, and over here's our first instance of a dwarf Bulborb. Be very careful with taking them out, otherwise, hey, can you guys take him back to base, please? Thank you. Because he can definitely put a damper on your parade. So we're gonna start by building this bridge. And as you'll come to notice, it actually won't even really be that much of a bridge by the time we take all that rubble over there. So I'm gonna start sending more over this way, because the rest of the bridge is beyond that little area right there. So I'm gonna let them keep doing that. I'm gonna be plucking some of these guys to make life easier on this wall. And it looks like they're doing a fine job on their own, so I'm not particularly worried, but let's keep adding more, because yeah, these guys are gonna be out of a job here soon. Sorry, fellas, we'll be back. We'll be back with more labor. So by the time we get over there, they are done. All right, so more pieces over here, but what you'll notice over here is an egg. And this is one of the bigger differences with this version of the game is the sheer overabundance of nectar. And this was such a rarity in the original Pikmin 3 that seeing it everywhere here definitely makes this game a lot easier than you would think. So now that we have a flower Pikmin, this is the third stage out of 3 of their efficiency, essentially. So the more flowers you have working for you, the better off your tasks will be. And so, yeah, they blossom into flowers. And leaves are the lowest, obviously. You'll rarely ever see anything lower than leaves on my team, really. Bulbs are extremely rare because they're right in the middle, and it's unless you leave them sprouted in the ground for too long is when you'll more likely be seeing those. So we'll go and just grab some of you, and they're gonna be done bringing all that back. So I'm gonna have you guys come over here so we can continue. And with that, the bridge is done. So let's continue forward and check it out. We have our first instance of a Bulborb. This is the father figure, and it's a little bit tricky. So what you want to do is get behind him and charge him. And hopefully if you have enough numbers, you will be able to take him out pretty quick. So we'll have some people bring him back. We'll also start by bringing some of these pellets back, and the rest of you guys can start busting that down. So we're gonna grab more of these exploration notes, and over here you'll see an electric gate that we can't do anything about. Now, a difference from this game and its previous installments are the fact that electricity can't kill Pikmin in this game, which is kind of nice because you have electrical enemies that will just stun you and be really annoying to take care of as a result. So instead, until they're whistled, they're just gonna be like paralyzed on the ground, and it's really sad. Okay, so let's keep going this way. And they should be done by now, because we're actually taking this a lot slower than I normally do. Go, 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 finish it up, please. So, wall number 2 down, and we continue onwards, and hold on, wait a minute. What's this? Oh no! Brittany's just lying there. Oh, I hope we're not too late. We did leave her on the surface of a hostile planet without any sort of shelter or food. So it'd actually be amazing that we even found her in the first place. Pick up, please still be alive. Oh, hey, sorry about that. Yeah, just taking a little nap. Oh, so you're close by. Yeah. There you go. Why wasn't I moving, you ask? Well, you know me. I'm a princess. Even though all these creatures sleeping or creeping, she's sleeping. All right. Oh, but never mind that. Listen, I discovered what looks like, ooh, a piece of fruit. We should probably find it and grab it. I'm kind of stuck here for the time being. Could you go and check it out for me? I guess we'll have to. I'm glad we were able to have that kind conversation from afar, but here we have it. Our first fruit, and it looks so delicious. Yeah, much bigger. If this giant thing really is fruit, then we've hit the jackpot. So what we'll have to do is bring it there by way of Pikmin, who will automatically take it to the SS Drake and do some tests on it. So we'll have those guys working on that, and unfortunately, we can't break through crystal or glass, so sadly for us, that means we'll have to take a bit of a detour, which is not the worst thing in the world. But let's head inside the dark cave and confront ourselves with some new friends. Check it out. What is that thing? Oh my god. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a flying creature known as the Medusal Slurker, and he can't really do much to us, but what we have to do is just toss Pikmin at him from afar, and they'll clamp on and take him out. You're gonna be careful because he will slurk them up and you won't be able to use them sometimes, but it's very hard to lose any Pikmin to them. But here we have our new favorite rock Pikmin. Oh, these guys. Are these creatures Pikmin too? They're giving me a funny look. Sure they are. Ooh. Well, do they want to break it? I'm sure they do. So what we're gonna do is whenever you see crystals, throw the Pikmin at it and they will destroy. If you throw them at it, you'll definitely do a lot more damage than if you just let them charge at it. But if you have enough, the difference really is negligible. You can't just let them just jump at it on their own. So, their onion was trapped inside that crystal. Since I have 2 types of Pikmin, now we can select the ones we want to use with L and R, which is good. Alright, so later on, obviously this will get a little bit more confusing, especially when you have some captains in the mix, but it becomes very manageable and very easy because your cursor turns to the type of color of Pikmin that you have selected. And then if we want to split them up, we have to press Y. Very cool. Alright, so different color groups, and we're good. So, by defeating the Medusal Slurker, they will bring it back to their base and get some Pikmin in return, which means it's time to start getting them onto some jobs of their own. But as it turns out, the Drake's got our first piece of fruit. Nice. Love multitasking. Alright, what do you gotta say there, Mr. Drake? Mr. Nolan North? Analyzing recovery! Nice. So we analyze it, and it turns out we've got ourselves a good old Sunseed Berry. And look at that animation. If you played this game on the original Wii U, frame rate was so bad during that part. But there's large quantities of Pikmin U detected. This is a seed-bearing fruit, making cultivation on Kopai possible. Yes, that's why it's called the Sunseed. Juice from this fruit is safe for consumption by crew members. No, you don't say. So there we go. One extra day out on the surface to explore and grab even more. So he'll add a fruit file where we can store the results of our analysis. And there we have it. The last app needed to be installed on this. Very cool. Fruit files. All right. But since I don't know much about plants, ask Brittany to write the reports. She's the botanist after all. Yep, so we've got the captain, we've got the engineer, and we've got the botanist. So, not a bad ragtag team to go along doing this. So we'll have them do that. I will have a couple of you breaking on that, and you can work on that while I go and pick the sprouts here. So you can definitely leave these guys plucked in, and over the course of a day, if you take too long, they'll actually start growing independently of everything else. So you can actually just get flower Pikmin by leaving these guys unabetted. So I'll just help you with that. There's not going to be any additional rocks in there, but let's go and start plucking these. And I just want to make sure we have enough going into this next area that we're not wasting too much time. So let's go and grab the rest of these, and we have plenty of time. I only plan on spending only 2 days on this planet for now, or at least this part of it. So let's grab that, and Pikminology, number 4. New sprouts will be the same color as the Pikmin that retrieved the pellet or creature. Good to know. All right, well, we have a wonderful number on the field, so let's go ahead and go out here and just see what exactly it is we can do with this obstruction. Get out of here, man. Look at him. Look at him go. Oh my goodness. So good. And another one of these. So let's go and get our rock Pikmin a little bit more, yeah, souped up. I think they'll need it because they look a lot better with it. And we'll be able to save Brittany. All right, here. Let's break it open. I would stand back if I were you. But there she is. Hooray! Whew. Can't tell you how happy I am to get out of this place. I'm sick of sleeping outside, and I'm super hungry. Man, Brittany really is a princess. What's with your entourage there? What's that? They're called Pikmin? They're cute. But we don't have time for cuteness right now. Look over there, Alfie. Oh, there's another fruit. So the sunseed berry wasn't even the one she was talking about. So we're gonna work together and have that huge piece of fruit. That's what I like. All right, so we'll go ahead and toss her over here, and you can actually lock on to specific areas when you're tossing your captains, which is nice. So I'm gonna throw a couple of those reds at you, and there we go. Now, switching between captains is kind of weird in this game. I kind of prefer it on, you know, the Wii U version. But basically, you press Y, and you'll be able to open a separate menu where you then get to decide what you want to do. And you'd think with all of these buttons on the Switch controller that you'd be able to do it, but we divide labor and we'll be able to manage our workload more effectively, which is good. So you press Y and we choose to select her. It becomes really second nature, but it's just a little more effort than I would think. So there we go. That's that. They're going to start taking that back. Switch over to Alf, and we're going to head over here where we're going to discover that we can actually send different captains off to do different things in different areas, which is kind of a cool little feature. But yes, there is a data file about this. All right. Yeah, there was indeed a go here function built into the radar. I wonder what that was about. Yeah. So when we decide to split into multiple squads, that's what would happen. Otherwise, you know, you would just be doing everything like at once, and it's not very effective. All right, so over here we've got ourselves creatures that we can only defeat with rock Pikmin. They're called Scutterchucks, and we just go ahead and toss a rock Pikmin on them to get rid of the crystal on top, and then do another one to just take them out, which is good. But I do want to get this crew started on building that, and there's also more bricks that we can break up here with our lovely rock friends. So that's nice and all. But I think we barely have enough to do this. So there we go. We are good. They're done with that. I'll have some reds start bringing some things back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I also got this right here. Plus there is another one of these up here. So we'll toss that. And I do maybe want to start building up some of these lovely rock creatures up. There we go. Get over here. But we'll go ahead and bring them over here and take some of these. That's not gonna be right. So now that we have multiple Pikmin colors, they're gonna actually start changing colors, the pellets. So I'm gonna have a couple of these rock ones go this way. And now that we've done that, we've made a shortcut back to start. So what I'm gonna have Brittany do is I'm gonna have her wait over here at this onion. And if she's standing here idly as I start bringing pellets back, we will be able to have her auto pick them, which is really cool. So there is our second fruit, and we can actually start coming through here now. So let's break that, and that'll be done in just a moment. But here we're gonna start confronting ourselves with some crazy creatures here. But the radar is picking up something. What could it possibly be? Ooh, there's a signal coming from here. It must be the captain. Ooh, that was quick. Okay, very nice. All right, let's go there right away. Although we can do it today, but I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. All right, so we grab this and check it out, a new type of enemy. These are called fiery blowhogs. Now, as you probably have imagined, these guys are actually, the reds are immune to fire. Rock Pikmin are not, but that doesn't mean we can stop or not use them to take them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just charge, and with just sheer brute numbers, this is how we take them out. This is how we win. Now, charging has been really streamlined in this version of the game because it will charge only one single color at once. So if you want to charge everyone, you have to basically just send all of them that you can. For some reason, this 5 won't actually, there we go. It won't change colors, it will stick to red. And I am gonna be building reds here, mostly. So, there we go. I actually want to separate all of you, and there we go. So over here, well, let's switch and make sure she's picking these guys. I don't think there's anyone coming back here, so we might just have her start walking back because we need her. We need her for some stuff. So we're going to return all the way over here, and I'm going to have her wait right there. And while she's walking over here, I'm going to have Alf do something else. It's probably overload of efficiency in this part, but they're going to take that. And we're gonna go over here and confront ourselves with yellow Wollywogs. These guys are the worst, but with Rock Pikmin, they really aren't that bad because they can't be crushed by enemies, which is definitely something you want to take into consideration. Meanwhile, if you have a bunch of reds on there, you might be in trouble. But, oh, there we go. The onion stopped spitting out seeds. Did it now? But the Pikmin inside the onion still seems to be increasing in numbers. So once we reach that 100 threshold, they will stop spawning outside of the onion, which is cool. So, yeah. And of course, in ultra spicy mode, the limit is 60. So, yeah. Indeed. Yes, onion está. Cool. All right, well, thank you. Pikminology number 8. So let's bring these guys back. And you can take them out with red Pikmin if you really want to, but I personally prefer using these ones because you just kind of take them out a lot quicker, and it's funny just getting them to do that. Oh, hey, can you leave them alone? There we go. So I'm gonna have you guys come back over here. I'm gonna have some reds work on this for the time being. There's a red spectralid right, or a white spectralid right there, and I want you to get him. There we go. So you are done. Okay, I'm gonna have reds continue to pick these guys up. Oh, but she's here. Okay, perfect timing actually. All right, on the opposite shore, there are materials for building a bridge. So this is one of the segments where you are gonna have to use multiple captains in order to accomplish a goal. So yeah, we're gonna call them over by pressing B. Indeed. And this is where we have to, you know, join forces. So I'm gonna toss a couple of you guys over here, maybe everyone, and then switch over to Alf because you guys are still doing that. I'm gonna have some reds take these back because going over to the rocks might be too much. You know, I could probably actually, there we go, do some of that. And over here, we're gonna have a new type of enemy. These are called Scuttleleaves. These guys will only give you one Pikmin, and they're kind of annoying, but it's something that we can do. We can't do anything in the water just yet. It's kind of scary, but watch out! Get out of the water, man! I missed the jump, but it's okay. All right, water is lethal. We need to blow him back before he dies. We can't let anyone die, so just whistle and he'll jump out. All right, so it's kind of the annoying thing about these white spectralids that they just do that. So we don't need to destroy this right now. It's just we still have quite a bit of day left, and I don't plan on doing the boss of this area in this part, but we can definitely do this and just, there we go, just do that. Uh-oh, he's on the other side. Sometimes they'll do that, and that can be really problematic in later parts of the game. So we're actually 3/4 of the way through the day, so we should probably do this as quickly as we can. I'm gonna toss her over, and this is how it's gonna go. Boom. Nope, that's the wrong button. There we go. And I'll toss some reds over. So I'll give you some of those guys, and we'll switch over. She's got those. Let's have these guys work on that. Whoops. There we go. And I will have maybe a few of you right there, and there. Done. Okay, so we'll wait, and you'll notice there are a ton of eggs here, which is really good for us because we need to get these guys going like pretty quickly. But for the most part, I think we're more or less good with what I need to do. They destroyed that. We have nothing else over here. I'm gonna leave these Pikmin buried in the ground unless they become flowers, because obviously over time they'll grow a bit. But yeah, we need to grow this. Oh, you guys are done. Nice. Oop. What? Oh, it will be sundown before too long. Oh, didn't you mention that nocturnal predators will attack any stray Pikmin? I don't think he's mentioned that, but yeah, so as long as all of our Pikmin are within this radius, they will be safe. So yeah, it will be good. Yeah. All others will perish, and it's actually super tragic. All right, yeah, but we still have quite a bit of time. It's okay. It's like the crunch time. Anything you want to do, just make sure you do it now. Yeah. Oh, also, a new feature to this version of the game, again, is that if we go to the SS Drake, we can do like an ultra whistle that will collect everyone on the field unless they have like some sort of obstruction, which is very useful, but also very OP. So I don't know exactly how I feel about it, but we're probably fine. So they're done with that. And what I want to do is just make sure we have Alf coming over with all of our Pikmin. I think there's some over at the other rock onion, but I also want to make sure that everyone is accounted for. So let's go over here. Let's grab you guys and let's make some flowers, shall we? There we go. So you don't really get a lot of flowers per puddle of nectar, not nearly as much as you do in other games, but it's okay because these respawn every day, so it's like kind of ridiculous just how quickly that happens. Okay, so here we have yet another cutscene. The signal must be coming from there. Yeah, you don't say. So I'm gonna have you guys work on this for a moment. You guys will be done in a second, and I'm just gonna double check to see if we're missing anybody. I think, yeah, so there's a couple over here, which is perfectly fine, but they're saying there's Pikmin in danger, and I don't see any of them that are. I think we're fine, right? Here, if we check this right here, it'll show us how many are in the onion and how many are on the field. There's 8 idols somewhere, and I think that must just be on the other side. So this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to have Alf walk all the way back here. Brittany will be in charge of these guys, but I just want to make sure these ones are okay. And once you guys are done with that, we could just keep moving forward, but I'm gonna maybe start plucking some of the Pikmin that are at our base, just in case they turn into flowers, because I think they're probably around that time. But yeah, I think we're fine. See the number up top, it says they're 0. It's just because they are, you know, lost inside of the radius. So we're good. I would like to wait for these guys to hopefully turn into flowers before we leave, but if not, that's fine. Meanwhile, he's gonna keep going. And I should mention that anytime you send someone to auto walk somewhere, it's slower than if you do it yourself, but still definitely worth your time. So you guys made stuff come to life, so I'm gonna go ahead and send you back here, and let's keep an eye on these flowers, because it would be nice if they did turn into flowers, but if not, we can leave them here overnight and they will not die. So yeah, damn, that would have been close, man. But not a bad first day. That's generally how I would like to do things, is just get a lot of stuff ready for the next day and then complete everything we can do in like a really timely manner. Tomorrow we will have plenty of time because all we have to do is, spoilers, fight the boss that waits beyond that wall we just unlocked. But I think we're fine. How's it going, fellas? See, you're back. All right, don't start plucking them. We're gonna leave them here. Damn. It would have been nice if we were just a little quicker, but it's fine. So, of course, different colored onions can fuse into a single onion, which means that next time we're at our main base, the rock Pikmin don't have to take all of their stash all the way back through into that cave, which is really nice, but that only happens at the end of the day that you discovered them, so good to keep that in mind. And we have 2 new fruits at our disposal, one of them having been the sunseed berry, but we've also got the face wrinkler. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So, we go ahead and we squirt it on down. Oof, that's so satisfying. And after a while, of course, oh, this one gives us, 1.5. All right, 1.5 servings. And this one, of course, gives us just the 1. So don't worry, any excess juice that's left over will carry on through the next fruit we get. So it's not like we just wasted, a half jar. But very nice. So Brittany's gonna be the main rationer, no extra gulps for anyone. But it looks like we have a pretty steady supply as it is, and as long as we keep this momentum up, I think we'll be doing just fine. This is great. We actually have a little bit of a juice buffer. Hell yeah. So with that being said and done, that concludes day number 2. And check it out, our numbers grew, and all we really needed to focus on was just growing our numbers for the impending boss fight. And I think we're actually perfect on what we need to do. So yeah, very nice, very well done. And of course, no Pikmin lost. Always something good to strive for. We discovered a mysterious broadcast signal. What on Kopai could it be? It might be our captain, but something tells me that it could be related to that person who's been leaving all of those data files for us. I'll have to find out tomorrow. The suspense is killing me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys here tomorrow for day 3 and the last of the time we'll be spending in the Garden of Hope for quite a while, alright? I'll see you guys next time.